Hello people of the YouTube community. I am Cameron Chapman, and today, this video we're going to, as you have seen in the title, we're going to be building a paper airplane, but it's not like any paper airplane you've probably seen any other time. This is going to be completely made from, sorry for the airplane outside if you can hear that. It's going to be completely made out of paper, obviously, well, not necessarily just paper. It's going to probably be made of paper, glue, tape, a toothpick, and maybe some steel BBs to add weight in the right places. It's going to be fully 3D, and it's going to be a model of an F-16, which is a standardized United States fighter jet, for those of you who don't know. And it will look like this. These are the correct sizes and everything as well. I've made sure it's perfectly 10 inches across, and I've made everything the exact way it's going to be. It's going to be 10 inches from the nose to the end of the jet. It has a 3.14 inch circumference. Basically, it means it has a 1 inch diameter, and that was the easiest way to do the math, and it looks nice. The wingspan is going to be 6 5/16 inches. So yeah, I will pause the video here, and then when I have my first part constructed, I will show you what it looks like, and I'll show you me assembling it into the 3D part. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do is the nose cone. Okay guys, so I made the first part. It's the nose cone. So here's the piece of paper that will be turned into the nose cone. You just take it and kind of wrap it around to the other side and put some tape on it, and it'll eventually be a nose cone when I do it right. So let's just a second, just give me a second. Sorry, I had to do something. There's somebody at the door. So let's go over to my workstation. Teleportation. Alright, so we've teleported over to the workspace, and I'm using my laptop's camera, so having my laptop facing down like this is not exactly the most stable setup, so I'm going to try to do this without knocking over my computer, because that wouldn't be good. So for this step, we're going to take a toothpick and the nose cone. And that's what the things we're going to be, the supplies for this part are going to be, for any of you who are building this thing along at home. Alright, so I just cut a little bit off the tip of the nose cone there so that the toothpick will fit. And I'm taking this strip of tape and putting it right here. And then I'm going to trim off the excess before I do the process, because I don't want to have it mess up at all. And then this next step is pretty simple. Just fold it over and match it all up. Then fold the tape over. Make sure this step is neat. And make sure that there's no gap in between the two pieces of paper. You'll see what I mean by that in a minute. Alright, I'm going to pause the video, and then I'll show you when I have this part tape, when I have the tape in the right place. Alright, I got the tape in the right place, and it's all folded and nice and crisp. The next part is you're going to take it and then fold it this way, and then quickly trim off that little bit that doesn't line up. So you have that all perfectly lined up, and right now you've kind of got a pyramid, and that's not what you want. So you're going to fold it 2 more times, like this, and like this. Then what we're going to do is measure the toothpick how we want it to go. So we put the oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Can you see that? Having trouble seeing my computer from this angle. I don't know if you can see it or not on the video, but the piece of paper is splintering the toothpick because it was just the right size for the toothpick. Alright. So we want it to be about here, about that length. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just like take your Sharpie and mark it right there. And then you're going to pull it out and then make another mark just a little bit below that, about there. That's where you're going to cut. So take your scissors and just cut that. And as you can see, the other half of the toothpick magically vanishes. You cannot see where it went. It's literally nowhere. Magic. Actually, it just went flying across the room as I cut it, but don't tell anybody because it's supposed to be magic. And you're going to take your super glue. This is the kind of super glue I use. It's not sponsored or anything. It's just a good type of super glue that you guys won't want to use if you want it to come out perfect. And just put a little bit on the toothpick. Then slide it into the mark that you already made, the other mark. If I can ever get it to work. There. Into the other mark, make sure it's all straight. Let's take the excess super glue off with my fingers. Yes, my fingers will have super glue all over them, but they already do, so I'm not too worried. And that's your nose cone. All finished and ready to be done, I guess. That's just that step. I'll come back once I have the next part complete. The next part that we are building is the body for the plane. I'll be back. Alright, the next part is complete. It is on a piece of paper that I had already used to trace and stuff when I was making the nose cone, and I also filled it with cotton off camera and put 1BB super glued into the tip of there, so it's top heavy, and this does fly like a dart. It stabilizes itself kind of like a blowgun dart would. So here's the piece that is going to be the body of the airplane. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with the nose cone, except that it's not going to be pointy because it's not a cone shape. It is just a square, so it's going to be one long tube that will fit exactly in here, just as the nose cone fits exactly on there. So I am going to cut the video here, and I will, when this piece is the tube, I will cut the camera back on. Just give me a second here. When it's a tube, I'll cut it back on. There we go. It's a tube. So the next step is to fill it with cotton balls, obviously, and then attach the nose cone. That will be the completed body of the plane when I have that done. So I'm once again going to cut the video here, and I will show you when the finished body of the rocket is finished. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Finished nose cone and rocket body. And as you can see, when I overlay this onto the sheet, it does fit perfectly. So far my math is right. Let's hope it stays like that. So the next step is to do the engine here. So I will cut the piece out and I'll show it to you. Then I will pause the video, assemble the piece, and then I'll show it to you again. This part's going to take me some time, so yeah, this is going to be very fun for me. In case you couldn't tell, I'm being sarcastic. This part is the most boring part of the whole thing. Seriously. Alright, so here's the piece. Have it all cut out. So basically it'll wrap around, look like this, and then all these pieces fold in just a little bit, and it makes the engine. So I'll construct this part and I'll turn the video back on when I'm complete, when it's done. Here we go. Alright, so this is what we have so far. The nose cone with the cool dart type thing on it to make it more aerodynamic, the body of the aircraft, and the jet. So now this is where the fun part comes. We're gonna build the wings, or at least I am. I don't know if anybody at home is building along, but now it's time to build the wings and the whatever those two little wings in the back are called. So I'll cut out the pieces I need for the two front wings, and then I will show them to you, and we'll go from there. Here's the basics for the wings. So each wing consists of two wing pieces, a smaller one and a slightly larger one. The slightly larger one will be bent to the right size and then taped, and then that'll give the wing like a kind of bulge to it on the top, and that bulge on the top of it creates lift, which helps it fly better. So I'll come back once I have those all built and full of cotton and all that stuff. So I'll be back. Alright, just a quick update. So the bottom part of the wing that you saw earlier was too flimsy to be able to stay flat, because the bottom has to be flat and the top has to be curved. So I cut up some popsicle sticks and I added it in there for some extra stability. And then with the other wing, I finished it. So this is the finished wing, and that's the curve I was talking about. So I'll put maybe one cotton ball in there that I tear up, and I'll close the other back end, and this wing will be completed. I'll work on the other one and show you guys what the wing looks like before I attach it to the plane, and I will also show you the device that I use to attach it to the plane. You'll see what I mean by devices in a minute. So here are the wings. Got some cotton inside of there and sealed up all the different parts, and they look kind of nice, I think. So time to attach them to the plane. I'll build the piece that I attached them and I'll show it to you. So this is the little piece that I used to attach it to the airplane, the wings to the airplane. Slips over there like that. And then I put a bunch of these little tabs on it, and it goes to the airplane, and then yeah, that's how I attach it. I'll be back when I have one of the wings attached. Wing 1 attached. Alright, now I have both the wings attached, as you can see. And it still fits almost perfectly onto this thing. I messed up a little bit somewhere, but it fits. Really messed up on that, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference. It'll just look a little less cool. So there's the beginning of this. Now it's time to make this part, and that'll be the end. After I make the fin that goes in between there, that like kind of sticks up here, like my finger is, and then the fins that come out here, then we'll have our finished plane and we can take it for some test flights. One more thing real quick. If you are insane enough to attach a rocket engine to the back of this, which you'd be very stupid if you did, but if you were to do this, this is just a safety message. I'm never going to do this because it's way too dangerous. But if you were to do it, make sure you run all the proper tests on your plane to make sure it's stable, because otherwise it'll probably come back flying at you and it'll probably kill you. So you shouldn't do the rocket engines anyways. Do not use rocket engines on these airplanes. If, however, you do it anyways because you don't care, make sure you run the proper tests, or make sure you have cover when you light it off. That's my safety message. Alright guys, so I finished the last little part on the back there. I don't have the last fin done, but I'm still going to do a flight test, just because it's possible it could fly. I don't know if it flew very well. Let's try again. Kinda works. Oh, well, there goes the toothpick nose cone. Put some tape on that. Sorry, I had to go for a minute, but because my brother was asking questions and stuff. Seems like it's pretty good. It seems kind of hit or miss anytime I throw it, but on the times it works, it definitely works. So far I say this thing's working. I'll be back in a minute, and I'll be outside on the stairs so we can throw it from a high distance. Then we'll come back in and we'll finish the last fin. Alright guys, we're back, and I'm up on top of the stairs with my airplane, and we're going to see how it flies. Take 1, fail. Take 2. I was holding the airplane upside down, but it worked very well. I'm going to try that again. Take 3, holding it right side up. Note to self, even when holding it right side up, it still flips over. Hold it upside down next time. Take 4, holding it upside down. Did not work. Looks like this is just going to be a cool decoration. Well, looks like it was a fail, but it still looks pretty cool, so keep it on your desk as I don't know, it's kind of useless to me. Hope you enjoyed it. Kind of disappointed in that, but see if we can do better next time.